What's up, guys? Welcome back to Military Insider. Today is Wednesday, October 1st. As you know, yesterday, the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, had a meeting with the top generals from all branches, okay? He mobilized all 2 stars and above, maybe 1 star, and senior enlisted to one location in Virginia. It was a big operation to have over 850 top officers in one specific locations. He discussed a bunch of different aspects of the military, and from standards, from policies, from readiness, from physical fitness, and a lot of different subjects. But there's one subject specific that I want to talk to you guys about, and I want you to let me know in the comments your opinion on this one, because this is a big one. So yesterday, Hegseth wants male standards for combat roles. Many female veterans say that's already the case. So Hegseth is saying that he wants to have male standard for combat roles, but many female service members or veterans or people, senators and congresswomen that are already serving for the DOD, they're saying that that's already the case. So there's been a different opinions because, different sectors saying that the standards are the same for both, but a lot of people say otherwise. So let's continue on with this report from military.com. Give me a second. All right, let's take a look at this. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, in an address Tuesday to the military top leader, waded back into a topic that nearly derailed his confirmation early this year and helped elevate his voice as a Fox News commentator. As you know, early this year, when he was trying to get confirmed by the Senate, a lot of questions raised against him because of his position about female on combat roles. And pretty much he's still firm on his opinion and an idea to keep the male standard for combat roles. Hegseth told hundreds of military commanders at a hastily called gathering in Virginia that there will be new directive to ensure that the requirement for every position in combat return to the highest male standard. So pretty much what he's saying here is that, in his opinion, he's saying that the standard had been lowered for females to be able to join combat roles. We'll see. Let's keep reading. He said that if that means no woman qualify for some combat jobs, so be it, while stressing that the military will continue to welcome women into its ranks. He's not saying that he don't want any females on the ranks for the military service. He's just saying that he wants to keep the same standard for combat roles for males and females. That's pretty much what he's trying to say. So let's continue on. I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape or in combat units with females who can meet the same combat arms physical standard as men, he said. This job is life and death. Standards must be met. Let me know in the comments, because I really want to read you guys all on your opinion about this specific subject, because you're going to have people disagreeing about this. You're gonna have females that they are physically strong, that they can do the job, the combat role. But it is what it is. I mean, standards are the standard, but I think there's a thin line in there that is gonna bring them a lot of heat. The remarks rekindled criticism of the defense secretary that arose after President Donald Trump nominated him to the post last year, and renewed concern about his approach to women in leadership and frontline roles. That's what I was telling you guys about when he was trying to get confirmed by the Senate. He was receiving a lot of heat because of his position. Hegseth house cleaning at the top ranks of the military has included a disproportionate number of women, including an admiral and vice admiral in the Navy and the commandant of the U.S. Coast Guard. Several prominent women who were combat veterans pushed back on Hegseth's remarks to emphasize that women who serve in combat roles already are subject to the same standard as men. Those standards apply to specific combat, special operation, infantry, armor, pararescue, and other jobs regardless of age or gender. So pretty much these females are saying that the standards are already applied. So I don't know where is the miscommunication here. I don't know why the Secretary of War Hegseth keep saying that the standards are lower for female. That's something that they need to look at it, because I think we need women in the military service. I don't know why not they cannot serve. I think they are very capable, but for some specific roles, I think it's a little, I don't want to say discriminatory, but I don't know. It's different opinions out there. So we'll see. Females veterans call out Hegseth. Elisa Carnell, president of the Service Women's Action Network, said the standards have not been lowered for women serving in combat roles. There you go. She said the requirements for serving in the infantry, for example, are the same for men and women, whether it's carrying a certain amount of equipment or marching a certain distance. Captain Lori Manning, who served for more than 25 years in the Navy and at times commanded units of over 400 people, said skepticism about women's capability is nothing new. During her time in the Navy, the military expanded opportunity for women to serve in air, sea, and some ground combat. Women have had to prove they were capable before positions became officially open, said Manning, whose responsibilities at one point also included oversight and evaluation of the Navy physical fitness standard. Manning said there would have been some sort of uproar if women consistently failed to perform or compromise military standard throughout that time. She said the secretary seemed to conflate physical requirements with requirements for a specific military role. I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to keep the same standard across the board, but if women cannot perform at a gender neutral or male standard, they will not be able to get a combat role. But in the other hand, we have many Republican women showing support for Pete Hegseth. Iowa Senator Johnny Ernst, a Republican and Iraq War combat veteran who grilled Hegseth during his nomination hearing in January before providing a crucial confirmation vote. So he was against Pete Hegseth when he was trying to get confirmed by the Senate because of his position on women and combat role, but then he flipped the table. I'm not worried about that, she said. So there should be the same set of standard for combat arms. I think that's what he probably was referring to, combat arms. And I believe so. I think he was referring to combat arms because I know for a fact that women can do any type of job. But for this specific roles, I think this is the one that he was trying to address. Ernst noted, however, that women who go through Ranger School or into the infantry are already subject to the same standard as men. If you remember, we had a couple of females passing Ranger School that it was all over the news. Representative Nancy Mace of South Carolina, the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, said she likes Hegset's approach, specifically his promises to get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts in the military. I think that's what Hegseth is trying to go after, get rid of that DEI and bring the military back to where it was. President Trump and the Secretary Hegseth are right. The U.S. military isn't a playground for left-wing gender-bending ideology. Our military is a fighting force that must return to mission-first readiness, the Republican told AP in a statement. So this is what he said yesterday at the meeting. He was saying he was announcing new directive to ensure that every military combat MOS and combat arms position will return to the highest male standard only, because this job is life or death. Standard must be met. It's common sense and core to who we are and what we do.
I don't want my son serving alongside troops who are out of shape, or in combat unit with females who can't meet the same combat arms physical standards as men.
So that statement right there was a big statement yesterday, because he addressed a bunch of generals saying that he don't want to see fat generals walking at the Pentagon halls. And I completely agree. Why are you want to set a standard for a lower enlisted that they need to take a physical fitness test twice a year. They need to meet the height and weight standard. And then you have these top leaders that they are overweight. They don't even do any type of physical activities no more because they are at the government level. And I completely agree with this. It should be the same for all of them. If I had to take 2 PT tests within a year, the top leaders should do the same thing. They should be the ones setting the standard.
Or troops who are not fully proficient on their assigned weapons, platform, or task. Or under a leader who was the first, but not the best. Standards must be uniform, gender neutral, and high.
You see, standards should be neutral and high. And I completely agree. I cannot agree more with the Secretary of War. I think this is something that it needs to get looked at, specifically the physical fitness readiness part. Because I think once you reach certain level of leadership on your rank, they stop doing, or they stop enforcing the physical and fitness standard. And I think it has to be the same for everybody, specifically for top leaders. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I really want to read your opinions about this matter. And make sure you hit that like, you hit that subscribe button. It really helped the channel out. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you on the next one.